Hey there, Bookaneers! It is great to see you. It's Lizzie from the Stanton Public Library, and I'm here with new Bookaneers Book Club videos. I have missed you. It has been a while since I've made a video, I think end of May, and then we met in person outside in June a little bit, but I haven't done much with the Bookaneers since then, so I'm excited to hear from you and to hear what you're reading at school and about how your school year has started. We're going to be doing some book talk videos for ages 7 to 12 and for anyone who enjoys middle grade books like I do, but we're going to change the format a little bit from what it was last year. In the spring, I was picking a theme or a genre and recommending like 10 books that fit that theme. We're going to shorten it a little bit and hopefully make the videos a little bit faster. I'm going to pick one new kids book, it could be a graphic novel or fiction, nonfiction, and then recommend 3 read-alikes. So hopefully you get a lot of ideas of what to read and get some ideas of some new titles that are out there as well. Are you ready to find out what our first new book is? Okay, let's get started. The book I want to highlight today is Confessions of a Dork Lord by Mike Johnston with pictures by Marta Altis. This book is a great mashup of like Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Shrek. So if you think of that kind of medieval fantasy universe with dragons and ogres and wizards and giants, and then kind of like the awkward school stories of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, this is what you get. There's also that like kind of gross out humor, a little bit of slapstick throughout, but nothing too extreme. But it's stuff that made me laugh throughout, for sure. Confessions of a Dork Lord is about Wick, who is just trying to live up to his evil father's standards. His father, the Dork Lord, disappeared when he was a baby, and ever since then he knows that when he becomes a teenager, he's going to have to be an evil Dork Lord like his dad. But Wick is terrible at everything. He's terrible at casting spells, it's really hard for him to make friends, and everyone calls him the Dork Lord. So he has to get an army of evildoers together and go on a quest to prove himself. It doesn't go well. So if you like misadventures and quests gone wrong, this is a great story. And you're gonna meet characters like Augie and Story as well. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more in this series because he gets his team together right at the end of this book, but it's a lot of fun, lots of jokes and adventure throughout, and illustrations. Not as much as Wimpy Kid, but you can kind of see below the text. And then sometimes you'll get these full page spreads. Let's see if I can find one. Here we go. To learn a little bit more about Wick's universe. Okay, what are my 3 read-alikes? The first one is The Dork Lord Clementine by Sarah Jean Horwitz. This one has humor and heart and action, but it's not quite as silly, and there's no pictures. It's definitely like a step up in seriousness and difficulty, but the plot is very similar. You've got the child of an evil Dork Lord who has to follow in their footsteps and struggles a little bit. I think this would be a great match for anyone who loves the Descendants books or movies. Another read-alike is The Prince and the Goblin by Rory Madge and Brian Huff. This one has quite a bit of text, but there are pictures throughout as well. And instead of the human being the main character, it's told mainly about this goblin who loves books, who gets caught up with this prince and this whole quest and adventure. Kind of like if this book were more about Augie than about Wick. And a third read-alike is in the superhero genre, not the medieval fantasy genre. It's called How to Be a Supervillain by Michael Fry. And I think there are about 4 or 5 books in the series. So funny. This book is about this character, Victor, whose parents are supervillains, and he is the exact opposite. He is the nicest, most polite kid who never does anything wrong, and they are so disappointed in him. So it's really about his parents trying to make him evil, and Victor being good in every situation that he possibly can be. There are illustrations throughout, so it's a little bit more like Confessions of a Dork Lord in that sense. But it's really that kind of fish out of water humor that is just so fun to read about. It'll have you laughing out loud. Okay, folks, that is it for today. Thank you for joining me. If you have read-alike suggestions for Confessions of a Dork Lord, please tell me in the comments. I would love to hear. And I'll be back with another Bookaneers Book Club video in a few weeks. I'll see you then. Bye!